If you're trying to find out how visible your brand is in AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity, two platforms you might be looking at are Ahrefs and Profound. Now, on first inspection, these tools look pretty similar. Both let you monitor prompts, both track AI visibility, and both help brands understand how they appear in AI-generated answers. But after spending time testing both platforms, I came away thinking there's one really important difference between them that most comparisons really miss. And interestingly, it's probably the single biggest factor that should influence which one you choose. So stay tuned to find out what that is. For now, though, I'm going to walk you through the key reasons to use Ahrefs over Profound, followed by the key reasons to use Profound instead. Let's start with the reasons to use Ahrefs. 1. Ahrefs' prompt database is much larger than Profound's. Ahrefs' AI analysis feature, Brand Radar, is built on a very large, pre-collected database of AI prompts and responses. It currently contains over 400 million monthly prompts. Because of this, you can explore a wide range of topics straight away. For example, instead of just tracking a few prompts you're interested in, you can look at an entire category, like email marketing tools, and see which brands' AI tools mention most often within it. Profound works differently. It doesn't give you a big data set to play with. Instead, it's much more focused on tracking prompts that you choose to look at. So you might tell it to monitor prompts like, what is the best CRM software? Or tell me what the top Shopify alternatives are, and then track how your brand appears in response to those queries over time. Now, that approach absolutely has advantages, especially for structured monitoring, but it's also much narrower in scope. 2. Ahrefs is better for discovering the prompts people actually use. A lot of businesses assume AI visibility is mainly about showing up for obvious commercial prompts, things like best project management software, best running shoes, or top email marketing platforms. But AI systems often recommend brands in much less obvious situations too. For example, somebody might ask ChatGPT how to organize remote teams, and the answer might mention tools like Asana or Monday.com. Or somebody might ask how to prevent knee pain while running, and the AI might suggest particular shoe brands. Now, because Ahrefs analyzes such a large dataset of prompts and responses, it's better at helping you discover the real prompts that lead to brand appearances. And this is important because these are often the kinds of prompts businesses overlook completely. Profound doesn't really surface these prompts. Instead, it relies on you knowing what you want to track in order to give you data. 3. Ahrefs makes competitor research much easier. Another major strength of Ahrefs' Brand Radar tool involves competitor analysis. Because you're dealing with an already indexed dataset, brand comparisons are available immediately and across a huge range of AI responses. With Profound, competitor analysis is possible too, but because it relies on prompts you've defined, it will involve guesswork, data entry, and waiting for monitoring data to accumulate over time. 4. Ahrefs reveals which publishers dominate AI answers in entire niches. Brand Radar makes it easy to see which websites and publishers AI systems cite most often for entire topics. You can use it to identify which publishers dominate AI answers in your niche and which of their web pages are being cited repeatedly, regardless of prompt type. This lets you reach out to those publishers with a view to getting your brand mentioned in their content. Although Profound shows you which domains and pages are referenced in answers to specific prompts, it doesn't give you this niche-level understanding of who the big players in your industry are. 5. Ahrefs tracks brand discovery across creator and community platforms. Ahrefs doesn't just track visibility inside AI tools themselves. It also tracks brand mentions across creator and community platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Reddit. This is really important because these platforms strongly influence the output of AI tools. By tracking brand mentions across these platforms, Brand Radar helps marketers monitor the conversations that shape brand discovery on AI tools and, where necessary, to contribute to them. By contrast, Profound focuses more on tracking how brands appear within AI-generated responses themselves. While this provides useful visibility data, it doesn't provide much insight into the origins of these answers. 6. Ahrefs gives you a complete SEO toolkit. At the start of the video, I mentioned a key factor that makes Ahrefs a better choice than Profound for businesses that are serious about improving AI visibility. And it's this. Brand Radar sits inside one of the most established SEO platforms on the market. Alongside AI visibility data, Ahrefs also gives you tools for keyword research, backlink analysis, technical SEO audits, competitor analysis, and rank tracking. This is incredibly important because AI visibility is still closely tied to SEO. If your website has strong authority, good backlinks, technically sound pages, and useful content, you are much more likely to appear in AI-generated answers. And with Ahrefs, you can move directly from getting data on AI answers to actually influencing them. If you discover that a competitor dominates AI answers for a topic, you can immediately investigate which keywords they're targeting, which backlinks support their pages, which pages AI systems cite, and whether technical SEO factors might be contributing to their visibility. In short, Profound can tell you whether your brand appears in AI answers, but Ahrefs helps you improve your chances of appearing in them in the first place. And this, really, is the big difference between these platforms, and the strongest reason for choosing Ahrefs. But even so, Profound does have some important edges over its rival. I'll discuss these in a moment, but first, I'd just like to say that if you're interested in using either Ahrefs or Profound, do check out the video description where you'll find links to both platforms. Okay, let's move on to the reasons to use Profound over Ahrefs. 1. Profound is better for prompt monitoring over time. Profound is specifically designed to let you track prompts on an ongoing basis, and it does this better than Ahrefs. It lets you create a project focused on prompts relating to your brand, your competitors, or your industry. You can then monitor how your visibility and answers to these prompts changes over time. Profound tracks things like visibility scores, citation share, average position, and competitor rankings. Now, Ahrefs does support custom prompt monitoring too, but in practice, it essentially gives you snapshots of performance over time rather than full performance monitoring or reporting. 2. Profound estimates AI prompt demand. Profound includes a feature called prompt volumes. This is a really interesting feature for which there's currently no Ahrefs equivalent. In a similar way to how SEO platforms estimate Google search volume, this Profound feature tries to estimate AI prompt demand. The aim here is to help you identify which AI conversational topics to focus on when creating content. Ahrefs approaches this differently, relying more heavily on traditional search demand data and related search queries. That's arguably more useful in some respects because major AI platforms don't publish detailed prompt level usage data, and the methods used to estimate prompt usage aren't 100% reliable. But nonetheless, Profound's approach can provide some useful insights into topics that are frequently discussed on AI tools. 3. Profound analyzes brand sentiment. Unlike Ahrefs, Profound analyzes how AI systems describe your brand, not just whether they mention it. It can identify themes around things like pricing, innovation, product quality, or customer support, and then classify these themes as positive or negative sentiment signals. That's useful for organizations concerned with brand perception inside AI tools. 4. Profound includes AI shopping analysis. Profound has a dedicated feature for understanding how products are presented in AI-generated shopping recommendations. This lets you track which brands and products appear most often in AI responses to queries like best running shoes for marathon training or top high-performance sportswear brands. And it shows you product attributes being emphasized in these responses too. For example, product comfort, pricing, durability, or performance. Profound also provides Shopify-focused agent analytics tools that show you which product pages AI systems are visiting during product research. These capabilities are likely to be particularly useful for e-commerce brands, but Ahrefs doesn't yet give you an equivalent feature set. 5. Profound supports more AI platforms. Finally, Profound currently supports monitoring across a wider range of AI systems than Ahrefs. It provides data from ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google AI Mode, Google AI Overviews, Gemini, Copilot, Meta AI, Grok, DeepSeek, and Claude. Ahrefs covers most of the major platforms too, but doesn't provide data from Claude, Meta AI, or DeepSeek. Okay, so those are the key differences to watch out for with Ahrefs and Profound. Now it's verdict time. Which tool is better for your needs? Well, if your main priority is structured prompt monitoring over time, especially across a very wide range of AI platforms, Profound is probably the stronger specialist tool. It's also better for sentiment analysis, AI shopping insights, and prompt demand estimation. But for most businesses, I think Ahrefs is probably the more logical long-term investment. This is because it doesn't just provide AI visibility data, it gives you all the SEO tools needed to improve that visibility. And right now, SEO still sits at the heart of AI discovery. Strong content, backlinks, and site authority, these things still matter enormously, and Ahrefs gives you a tool set to secure them. So if you want a broad, feature-rich AI visibility plus SEO platform, Ahrefs is the stronger overall choice. Profound gives you some great features for prompt tracking, but lacks the tools to help you show up in answers to those prompts. And that's it. I hope you found this comparison useful. If you did, please do subscribe to the Style Factory channel for more SEO, e-commerce, and AI visibility content. If you'd like to try Ahrefs or Profound out, you'll find links to both platforms in the video description. And finally, if you have any questions at all about either platform, do leave them in the comments. We read them all and we'll do our best to help.